The task of cooking and coming up with what to eat every single day gets so much easier when you have a stocked kitchen. If you're new to cooking, just hearing that can seem overwhelming. I have no idea what to even keep stocked. That sounds so expensive, especially when food prices are already so high. Stocking the pantry may seem more like a budget buster than a money saver when thinking about buying so much food. But trust me when I say that second to meal planning, keeping a stocked pantry is personally my best tool for keeping healthy meals on the table. Take the time to write down what your family likes to eat and the ingredients that it takes to make those meals. Once you know what you use frequently in your home, it's helpful to always keep those items on hand. Building the pantry is a gradual process. Unless you have a lump sum of money that you can spend right away, resist the urge to purchase everything at once. It's best to purchase a little at a time and build it slowly. Make a list of everything you desire to have in your well-stocked pantry, and every week buy several of those items that are on sale. Over time, you will have reached your goal without breaking the bank. Replenish your pantry as needed. Your pantry list will likely be different from mine, and that's okay. Every family has different dietary needs and tastes, so please don't buy something just because someone told you to. That's not being mindful, it's just wasting money. With that said, here are my favorite things to keep in my stocked pantry. Let's talk about what proteins to keep on hand. Meals are often centered around a protein, and it can often be the biggest roadblock for getting a meal on the table is to figure out just which protein to choose. I like to keep a variety of proteins on hand, some that require longer cooking amounts of time, and some that you can just use right away in a pinch that hardly take any cooking time, and some that don't take any cooking time at all. For the longer cooking times, things that you want to carry over to another meal, like you might want to make a big piece of meat in the slow cooker or in the oven and then use the leftovers for subsequent meals. I really love a whole chicken. It's a great value for your dollar. I also love big pieces of meat that I find on sale and stock in my freezer, like a pork loin, a pork roast, a beef roast, things like that. Quick thawing and quick cooking proteins are one of the backbones of my meal planning and cooking. I couldn't live without them. So chicken thighs, chicken breasts, ground beef, shrimp, sausages like chicken sausage, frozen or fresh salmon, bacon. Those are all proteins that take very little time to thaw and cook very quickly. Now, sometimes you get in a pinch and you need to come up with something right on the spot and you don't have time to thaw anything. So things like eggs to make a quick frittata, or canned salmon or canned tuna, yogurt, a variety of beans like pinto, black, or garbanzo beans. Those are all great proteins to have on hand. I'll show you in later videos how to cook all of these so that they are the best that they can possibly be, and how to cook them fast too. But the main thing is you want to keep stocked what you and your family really like to eat, what you enjoy eating, and keep those on hand so that you are never far away from a delicious meal that your family will enjoy. Fresh items that I always keep on hand and that have a long shelf life are onions, garlic, carrots, lemons, and potatoes. You might also consider other things to keep stocked like celery, bell peppers, cabbage, varieties of squashes, sweet potatoes, whatever you and your family regularly eat. I would not stock up on lots of fresh items that could potentially go bad. So again, keep that in mind. Frozen produce is also another great thing to keep on hand in your freezer because you don't have to worry about your fresh produce going bad. If you always keep something on hand as a backup, you know you always have some sort of healthy produce that you can add to your meals, like a stir fry or a soup or something like that. I always keep frozen peas, I always keep frozen green beans, frozen broccoli, and some type of frozen fruit like blueberries or strawberries or mixed berries. Fats and vinegars that you may consider keeping on hand are things like butter, olive oil, avocado oil, rendered animal fat like bacon grease or beef tallow, or coconut oil, olive oil, and a variety of vinegars like balsamic, apple cider vinegar, white vinegar. Dry goods that I like to keep stock are rice, a variety of different kinds of dried beans, some dried lentils, and a couple different types of pasta. A spaghetti or linguine, like a long cut pasta, shortcut pastas like these, or macaroni. Now we're going to move on to seasonings and flavor enhancers. Seasonings are what make your meals interesting and can take something that's plain and give it lots of flavor. Depending on what type of cuisine you like to cook will really determine what seasonings you would like to keep on hand. For example, I think every single kitchen should have at least salt, pepper, and garlic powder. Those are just basics that I put on everything all the time. Now, if you like to cook a lot of, let's say, Italian food, some good spices to keep on hand are oregano, thyme, fennel, or something like an Italian seasoning blend. Rosemary would also be good. I'm just out of it right now. Bay leaves are also great to have to flavor soups and stews and large pieces of meat. If you like cooking Mexican cuisine, you might consider chili powder, cumin, paprika, cayenne pepper, oregano. Mexican oregano or regular oregano also works for Mexican cooking. If you like more like Indian food or things like that, or even Thai food, you might consider a curry powder blend, or turmeric, or coriander, ginger, cinnamon, and red pepper flakes. All of these you could keep stocked, or let's say you don't like Indian food at all. You might not even need a curry powder in your kitchen. But let's say you really like Italian food. You would want to keep your Italian spices stocked. If you just want to deal with just a few spices and you're on a budget, I would stick with salt, pepper, garlic powder, and maybe a couple of blends, like an Italian blend, maybe a Greek blend, a Creole blend, and maybe a curry powder. These are some condiments that I like to keep in my fridge also for flavor enhancers, or to make sauces, or just to really bring a dish together. I always love to have some type of tomato products in my pantry. Tomato paste, or diced tomatoes, or tomato puree. You can do so many different things with them, from making a pizza sauce to some type of sauce for pasta, or even to go in a soup or sloppy joes. Ketchup, mustard, mayo, pickles, you might think those are great just for hamburger toppings, but they're also great for making sauces, or something to bring a sandwich together, or even to make a tuna salad or chicken salad or egg salad. Barbecue sauce and hot sauce are things that I always keep on hand as well, to throw a piece of meat in the slow cooker, or use barbecue sauce for leftover meat to make a barbecue sandwich, or to put on chicken drumsticks or chicken in the oven. Hot sauce is also great for making your own customized sauces, and my son just really likes to put hot sauce on everything. Worcestershire sauce is another great condiment to have on hand that you can put in soups or stews, or bring flavor to a dish like a stroganoff. Sour cream is also great in a stroganoff, but I also find it's nice to have on hand to make other cream sauces in your skillet as just a finishing flavor enhancer, as well as cream or milk, or a dairy-free alternative is also good. Some type of sweetener is also good to have on hand. Maple syrup, honey. I also keep just regular organic cane sugar on hand. And then if you really like to cook Asian dishes, a soy sauce or a gluten-free soy sauce, or a coconut aminos is also great. A fish sauce and a sesame oil are condiments that I think are very helpful for that type of cuisine. In addition to the canned tomatoes, marinara sauce and salsa are other items that I like to keep on hand for quick Mexican cooking or quick Italian cooking. Lastly, I always keep some type of bread, whether it's store-bought or homemade, rolled oats for baking or just for eating for breakfast, flour, cornstarch, and baking powder. The cornstarch and flour could be used for thickeners or just for baking, and also vanilla. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.